to Eggplant Choka, or as we say in the Caribbean, Baigan Choka and Oil Roti today. Thanks for joining me, guys. Let's get down to business. We're going to start off with kneading the dough for the roti. In my mixing bowl, I have 4 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/4 teaspoon brown sugar, and I'm going to mix it with some warm water. I have 1 3/4 cups of water. You want to gradually pour the water into the flour until it's incorporated into a soft dough. Guys, if you accidentally pour too much water, don't worry about it. You can always add a little bit of extra flour on top to hold it. This recipe is for 5 roti. I will also list the ingredients with the measurements in the description box. And now I will take it out from the bowl and I will knead it into a smooth dough. Now you gotta work this baby. This is a good way to build muscles, ladies. I can feel the texture of the dough. It's feeling kind of smooth. So I'm going to stop the kneading and put it back into the bowl. I will cover it with a damp paper towel. You can also use a damp cloth. This is to prevent the top from drying out. And I will let it sit for at least 30 to 45 minutes or longer if you have the time. And now we are moving along to the choka. Guys, I want to give you a quick tip when you're looking to buy eggplant for choka. Try to get the fresh ones and the younger ones. The fresh ones are usually the one with the green around the stem, and the younger ones feels a little lighter in weight, a little firm on the outside, and feels kind of spongy on the inside. These guys will roast better. This one looks perfect. We'll see how it comes out after roasting. I'm making some incision. These openings will allow the moisture to escape once the eggplant start cooking. Otherwise, you can end up with an exploded eggplant. We used to put the garlic in those spaces to roast also, but now I roast the garlic differently. I will show you as we go along. And you can choose any kind of eggplant you prefer. I chose this one because this is the one we usually use, but I do make it with other eggplants and it comes out great also. We're gonna flame roast it on the stove burner. I will wrap it with some aluminum foil. This will help to trap the heat and also catches any moisture overflow. You want to secure both ends properly because you want to trap as much heat as you can. This will help it to roast faster. I'm also adding an additional sheet of aluminum foil on the stovetop burner. This is going to help to catch any moisture overflow, but it will not prevent it because eventually this foil will burn also. We will have to rotate the eggplant once it starts cooking. So when you are putting the eggplant to roast, try to put the opening on the bottom first. Most likely you're not going to get any moisture spilling over for the first few minutes, but once it starts cooking, the moisture will come out. And then when you rotate it, if the opening is in the bottom, it would be easier to leak over onto the stove. Did I confuse you? Because I am so freaking confused right now. Sorry guys, but I'm just trying to give you all these little tips that will help if you decided to try my recipe, which I'm hoping you will. I want to make it easier for you so you don't have too much cleaning up afterwards. I'm going to put it on the stove with the opening on the bottom first. I'll turn the stove on medium to high heat and then I'll rotate it in about 2 to 3 minutes. While the eggplant is roasting, I'm going to complete the second step for the roti. We're making oil roti today, guys. Oil roti is like the best thing that happened to Baigan Choka. I'm going to remove it from the bowl, sprinkle some flour just so it doesn't get stuck on the board. and I'm going to roll it and prepare it to cut. I'm making 5 roti today, but I'm gonna cut the dough into 3 portions. I like to flatten it with my hands first. It's kind of like a jump start for the rolling. I'm going to roll one of the smaller pieces of the dough and thin it out. I'm definitely getting a good workout today, guys. I can feel my muscles pumping. Now I'm gonna rub some oil. I'm gonna grease it up. Look at all that grease, guys. And sprinkle some flour. This will help keep the layers separated after I fold it. Then I'm gonna cut it and roll it. You wanna roll, there are so many different ways to roll this, but I'm just gonna show you 3 ways how I do it. This is like one of the main ways we roll this roti, but there are different other ways also. You just want to give it a twist on top and press. You're just trying to seal all the oil. You don't want none of this grease to escape. I'm going to roll the other one in the same process, but I want to show you the different way how you can fold it. You double fold both edges and meet them in the middle, and then you fold both ends and meet them in the middle. I'm gonna break away here to go check on the eggplant. I will rotate it once. It's starting to get tender already. It's been about like 3 minutes. And now we're going to finish up oiling the roti. I'm going to work on the biggest portion. This is my favorite way of oiling roti because I can do 3 roti in one shot. This is very economical when you want to save time. And I could have actually done all 5 roti at one shot, but I wanted to show you the different way how we seal the oil. And guys, look at this. The dough is rising already. This means we're making good roti today. And now I'm gonna splatter it with oil. Now I'm gonna cut this in 3 pieces. So I'm gonna make 3 roti out of the 1 roll. I don't have that straight of an arm, but hey, it works. Then you're gonna roll it. It's the same concept, guys. The idea is to roll it and seal the oil inside because the oil will keep the layers separated, and it will also help the roti to stay soft after you finish cooking them. And you see that big one, guys? That one is for me. Again, I will cover it with a damp paper towel, and I will also put my beautiful kitchen towel on top of it. I'm going to check up on the eggplant. I will rotate it one more time. It's feeling good, guys. It's been another 3 minutes. The eggplant is not fully roasted, but I'm gonna remove it from the burner and put it in the oven with the broiler on. My reason is to avoid any juice spilling over onto the stove top, because the stove could get pretty messy if this happens, and it's very hard to clean. I have this oven safe non-stick skillet. I will put the eggplant, and guys, this is where I roast my garlic and my tomatoes also. I will put them in the oven and turn the broiler on high, and this should only take about 3 minutes to finish up. I'm not sure if you can get a clear view of the stove top, but guys, not even 1 drop of juice overspill on it. I will just remove the foil and throw it in the trash, and I have no stovetop cleaning to do. In the meantime, I'm going to cut the onion and some chili peppers. I'm using my favorite, the Wiri Wiri. You guys can use any kind of chili peppers you like, and if you don't like chili peppers, the ground black pepper will do just fine. This Wiri pepper grows in tropical climate, but in the US you can plant it in the summertime and freeze it for the winter, or you can always find them at the West Indian grocery stores. You want to make sure you get all the seeds in there. That's where the heat is. Our eggplant is finished roasting. It took about 10 to 12 minutes. The tomatoes and garlic about 2 to 3 minutes. Guys, you see the overspill from the eggplant? It could have gone onto my stove if I hadn't removed it when I did. It's a good way to save yourself some extra cleaning up when you're finished cooking. And look at my tomatoes, guys. Wow, so beautifully roasted. Look at this. And the garlic, I roasted them with the skin. Now let's check this baby out. It's hot steam, so you want to be careful when you're opening it. It looks well roasted and tender on the outside. Let's find out what's going on the inside. I'm gonna cut it and remove the stem. It looks good, guys. Juicy, moist, tender, just how I imagine it to be. I'm going to remove it from the foil and put it into the pan with the onions and the peppers. And yes, I'm using the skin. It has nutrients and it came out soft and tender. If the skin comes out hard after roasting, then you shouldn't use it. I'm gonna put the tomatoes in there. And I'm going to peel the garlic before I put it in. The garlic came out nicely roasted also. Just crush it a little and add it in. Now you want to mush it up real good. You want to make sure you mix the eggplant with the tomatoes, the garlic, the peppers, the onions. This aroma is intoxicating right here. Guys, if you're one of those people who don't like mushy food, I think you should try this. You might just change your mind. I'm adding 1 teaspoon salt and ½ teaspoon ground black pepper. In a separate pan on the stove, I'm heating up 1 tablespoon of olive oil. You don't have to use olive oil. You can use any oil you prefer. And now I'm gonna lace this baby with the hot oil. Cutting up some fresh cilantro for garnishing. Clean it up a little. And there you have it, guys. Scrumptious, delicious, mouth-watering eggplant / Baigan Choka. And we're getting there, guys. On to the final step, cooking the roti. We only have 5 rotis, so it shouldn't take that long. Thanks for your patience. I'm gonna roll the roti and put it on the tawa. You want to wait until you see some bubbles starts to show up. Then you'll flip it and rub some oil. 1 roti should take about 2 to 3 minutes to finish cooking. Then you'll flip it again and rub some oil. You want to rub the oil on both sides of the roti 1 time each. I'm going to press the edges so the heat can penetrate there also. You want the entire roti to cook properly. And I will flip it again. Some people like their roti white. I like my roti brown. If you wanted to make it brown, you can flip it 1 more time, no worries. I will take it off the tawa. I'm going to clap it with my hands the old-fashioned way. And guys, you see those steam coming out there? They are hot. You don't want to try this at home unless you are familiar with it and you can do it safely. And look at my roti, guys. Wow! Crispy and flaky on the outside, soft and well layered on the inside. I'm going to finish up cooking the rest of the roti in the same process, but I want to show you a better view of when I'm clapping the roti. So I'm going to move my camera, and I also want to show you another method of clapping the roti which is safer and easier for you. There is a technique in clapping this roti so you don't get burned. I can show you in another video. I feel like I have bored you enough in this one. If you're interested in seeing it, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell so you will know when I upload it. And guys, this is another method of clapping the roti, or should I say breaking up the roti, because you're not using your hands to clap. You want to put it in a plastic mug and shake it up a couple times. I was introduced to this method not too long ago, and you know what guys, it doesn't come out the same as when you clap it with your hands, but it's really worth it. Look at it. You'll save your hand a lot of heat and it's not that bad, eh? I say give it a try. And roti's finished cooking. We're in business, guys. This is one of the best finger food you can have. And a little bit more, why not? And there is extra too if anyone wants some. Look at my roti. Wow, very impressive. Thanks for spending time with me in my kitchen today. I love my kitchen and I love you guys. I hope I instill a craving in you for this delicious delicacy and you will try my recipe. If I did, please hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and share my link. I will greatly appreciate it. Stay safe everyone. And now allow me to savor this taste.